Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how narcissists are nothing but a sneaky weirdo, especially the covert narcissist. They're nothing but weirdos, okay? That's what these people are. And I'm going to explain why they are a bunch of weirdos, all right? Because when you deal with a narcissist, we're going to talk about the covert narcissist in particular. They can just never do things normally, all right? Everything with them is weird. From the way they eat, the way they treat you, the way they can't resolve conflict, all right? So when you deal with a narcissistic weirdo, all right, they're going to always counter everything that you do. In other words, they will always, like when it comes to food, they'll always be criticizing what you're eating, all right? Oh, why do you got to eat that? Or, you should be eating this. They always got to tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing. They do it with driving too. They're a bunch of maniacs on the road. You ever see a narcissist on the road? They're a bunch of maniacs because they feel entitled to be able to cut people off or ride right on their bumper. They don't care. They have no empathy. You could have a sticker on your car that says, student driver, and they'll still be right on your tail, all right? But I'm going to talk about how narcissists are just a basic weirdo. And here's the thing, you guys. When you got involved with the narcissist, you thought you were getting involved with a normal person, all right? You weren't getting involved with a normal person. You were getting involved with a demon, a weirdo, all right? And I'm going to talk about how they're weird. First of all, they're weird because they do things to try to hurt you when they sit there and tell you that they love you. All right. They laugh at you when you fall. All right. They're strange in their behaviors. They can't be normal. Like out in public, they're super, super nice to everybody. But then at home, they're cruel, or they're a monster at home. You're expecting normacy from this weirdo, all right? They never agree with you, all right? The only time a narcissist is going to agree with you is either in the very beginning, or if they want something out of you, or if they're trying to hoover you back, right? So they never agree with you. They always want to put you down, criticize, and judge you, and that's just weird. That's just weird because this is supposed to be somebody who cares about you, loves you, wants to build you up. But see, they don't care about you and love you. They're a weirdo because they pretend to be something that they're not. They're a weirdo because they wear a mask and pretend to be someone that they're not because they're a basic coward weirdo, okay? These people are basic cowards. Have you ever seen a narcissist come up against somebody who's really strong? They back down because they're a basic wuss. A narcissist is a basic wuss. And I've seen that. I've seen somebody who I thought was, nobody would ever mess with him or anything like that. And, I was in the car with him, driving with him. And I'll never forget, we were in, the city, and he accidentally cut off this other dude, all right? And this other dude got out of the car. I thought he was going to knock that narcissist's head off, okay? Knock that narcissist's head off. And the narcissist just sat there and didn't say anything and was like the biggest wuss going. And I had to intervene. And I said to the guy who got out of the car, I said, sorry, he didn't know what he was doing. He was driving my car. I guess he wasn't used to it and everything. And the guy still looked like he was going to knock off the narcissist's head. And the narcissist just sat there. And I'm saying to myself, wow, he's really tough. The narcissist is really tough and has a big mouth with me. But look at him up against this guy, okay? Look at him up against this guy. You know why? Because narcissists know who they can play with and who they can't. He knew that this guy was going to knock his head off, all right? If he said the wrong thing. You could just tell with people, okay? You could just tell who not to play with and who you can play with and who you can't. So believe me when I tell you, narcissists, they put on a good show. They try to act tough. They try to act confident and all of that. But when they come against somebody who's really, really, not going to take their nonsense, you see how fast they bow down, all right? You see how fast they bow down because they know, all right? They know they're going to get hurt bad. But this podcast, I was thinking about this last night, you guys, and I was saying to myself, all of this analyzing the narcissist, we know they want control. We know they, do the weird things and everything like that. But when you think about it, they're nothing but a freaking weirdo. They are nothing but a freaking weirdo. I'm trying not to curse, okay, for you people. I'll end up doing it because I'm passionate and that's how I let it out. But they are nothing but a basic weirdo. And you're sitting there banging your head against the wall trying to figure these people out, right? Why did they do that? Why did they run silent on me? Why are they rolling their eyes? Why are they smirking at me? Why are they talking behind my back? Because number one, they're demonic, okay? They have an evil streak in them. They go the path of darkness, but also they're a basic weirdo, okay? They're a basic weirdo. And the other thing that they do that's really weird is they pretend to like you when they really don't. You get narcissists that like to flirt with you, and you sit there and you think like they're interested in you. Maybe you see them every day when you go get coffee, or you see them, wherever at the store, and they're always flirting and they're nice with you. Or you see them at the gym and they're always flirting with you and they're nice with you. But then they never pursue you or anything like that. That's because they're just doing it for their ego. They just want their ego fed. They don't want you. They don't want to pursue you. Or maybe they have an old lady or old man at home, but they like to flirt with you and mislead you into thinking that they really like you and they want something out of you. They are, what does that say? They want attention, but they're a basic weirdo, right? Because normal people don't do that, right? Normal people don't have to sit there and get their ego petted, and so that they could feel better about themselves. So, they're a narcissistic weirdo, okay? I'm thinking about this and I'm saying, I'm thinking about a narcissist that I dealt with, right? Where we were going through the drive-through at one of the fast foods on the road and everything. And I'm like, do you want to get food or something? And they were like, no, I don't want to get food. Every time we went through the drive-through, they're like, no, I don't want to get food. No, I don't want to get food. No, I don't want to get food. And I'm like, I don't understand this. I thought this person's hungry. Like, we've been driving for a while, all of this other nonsense. And I said to myself, you know what? I think they were doing it on purpose. It's more of that covert, narcissistic, passive-aggressive behavior to make me feel guilty for wanting to stop and get some food, all right? It's like, and I'm saying to myself, I'm saying to myself last night, I'm thinking about it, I'm saying, that person's a weirdo, okay? Doing these things is being a weirdo, okay? Trying to make you feel guilty for something, that's normal, that any person would want, if you've been driving for a while, to stop and get some food, because you haven't eaten all morning and everything. And for them to like guilt trip you and make you feel guilty, they are a basic weirdo demon that are trying to hurt you, okay? But the way they go about it, they're just weird narcissists are just weirdos, weird in everything they do. Then you talk about all the other things that they do. They're weird too, because when it comes to people, they're the great divider. They don't want to unite people. They want to divide people. That is a weirdo, okay? And they also do that because they want to control. They want to be the center of control. They don't want you aligning with anybody else or becoming too friendly with their friends or anybody they know. So they keep you separate. They don't include you when they get together with your other friends. Everything's separate so that you don't get too close with other people and build friendships and alliances. My friends, that is a weirdo, okay? That is somebody who's a weirdo who wouldn't want you to be friendly with their friends and everything like that. That is so they can have control and, feel like they can control things. That is a basic weirdo, okay? Now I'm going to give you another reason why they're a basic weirdo. Because a narcissist doesn't like peace, all right? I'll tell you why. They don't like peace, because peace, they can't get control. So narcissists are weird in the sense that they love fighting, they love drama, they love chaos. And who likes to do things like that? A basic weirdo, not a peacemaker, not a person who enjoys their peace or enjoys happiness. So they don't enjoy, the calm things, the placid things, the boring things, because they are a weirdo, okay? They are a weirdo. What person doesn't like peace? I'm telling you, what person doesn't like peace besides a demonic demon, which they are? They're a demonic demon that is a weirdo, okay? Think about it. And you guys, think about this, all right? Have an open mind. Think about this. And I'm telling you, you will see what I'm talking about here. They're a weirdo in everything that they do. And, they're also a sneaky weirdo, because they're always sneaking around behind your back, talking to other people or seeing other people or going in inbox. They're a basic weirdo that, feels the need to have to be sneaky all the time because they can't be themselves. It's like that old saying, well, you know what? If you don't want to be with me, nobody's forcing you to be here. Nobody's putting a gun to your head and telling you have to be with me. If you have a problem with me, all right, you don't like me, you feel the need to devalue me, well, you don't have to be here. And the funny thing is, I actually told a narcissist that one time, all right, when he was getting into the devaluation of me. I said to him, well, if I'm so bad, what are you doing here? Nobody's keeping you here. If I'm so bad, you don't have to be here. What are you doing here? Go ahead, bye. And he just sat there with his mouth open, okay? Because he knew I got him. He knew he couldn't say anything to that, all right? And this is what I'm telling you. These people are weirdos, all right? And they're users and they're demonic, because they do things of darkness, of Satan. They're liars, they're deceivers, they're cheaters, some are killers, all right? So they are basic weirdos. They'll always do the opposite of what you do, okay? They'll always, if you want to go to the park, they're not going to want to go to the park. If you want to go to the movies, they don't want to go to the movies. Or they'll go to the movies and they'll torture you during the movie by snoring during the movie or falling asleep or walking out. They'll do everything counterproductive. This is what the narcissist is. They'll do everything counterproductive in order to torture you and make things difficult, because they're a basic weirdo, all right? They're not a normal person. I'm telling you, these people are not normal. I'm even talking about people that I know, that I dealt with growing up. People that I thought, they put on a big air about how they were snobby, they were this, that, and later on I realized, I said, you know what? All of that is nothing but a front. They are just trying to be something that they're not. The snobbier somebody is, the more insecure they are, just so you know, okay? I grew up in a very snobby neighborhood. These people are still snobby. They're the kind that see you, know you, went to school with you, and pretend that they don't know you. You'll be at the train station and they'll turn their head the other way because they don't want to say hello, because they're a basic snob, okay? And it's weird, because they're a basic snobby, pretending to be somebody when they're not, all right? My father used to call them the $9 millionaires. They pretended that they were these great millionaires, and meanwhile, they only had $9 in their pocket, all right? They were nothing but a fake. That's what these people are. They're a fake. So the bottom line is, they're nothing but a bunch of weirdos. That's what they are. So you guys, I think you get the point. But what I'm trying to say to you is this. You're trying to get normalcy out of somebody, and a narcissist is not normal. They are not normal. They are a deranged, damaged person that never changes, because they don't have to change, okay? Because they can still get away with what they're doing no matter what. As long as there's a lot of supply out there, I always talk about supply and demand. As long as there's a lot of supply out there, I hate to tell you, that narcissist will never change. Never change, because they don't have to. Why do they cheat? Because they can cheat, all right? Why do they like to deceive? because they enjoy getting over on other people. It makes them feel superior. They're a weirdo in that way because the normal person doesn't have to feel like doing those kind of things. So narcissists, they're just, everything is counterproductive to what a normal person would do. All right. They just can't be happy unless they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. That's why I say their father is Satan, because they love deception. They love darkness. They love doing things in the middle of the night. They're always sneaking out in the middle of the night. They're creatures of the night. Actually, they're creatures of the early morning, because I knew a lot of narcissists that would do their dirty work in the early morning at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Like I knew narcissists that would go out and then, they would come home. They didn't do anything, right? And then they'd be like, oh, I'm going to lay down or whatever. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, that's when they would be having their little, people over, their other supplies over and everything like that. So they're creatures of early morning, all right? And they do all these kind of weird things. They just can't be normal. They can't be in a normal relationship, period, end of story. They can't be in a normal relationship. Most of them cannot be monogamous. They don't want the same things that you want, but they pretend to like the same things that you want. They pretend to like you when they don't like you. All of this is a basic weirdo that wears a mask to pretend to be somebody that they're not. That's the narcissist, a basic weirdo that is full of lies to try to make themselves look like they're important, they're superior, they're better than you, they know what they're talking about, okay? You get this all the time. They try to appear like they're knowledgeable, they're this. Half of the people that you see that you think are smart are the biggest morons going and are the biggest liars going. But because they are such great manipulators, they have you fooled. Hate to tell you, they have you fooled. They have you fooled. Trust me when I tell you, okay? A lot of these people that you think are great could be, celebrities, influencers, politics, whatever. A lot of these people that you think are strong or great or wonderful have you fooled, okay? Because if you really looked into them and you looked at how they lived, you would say to yourself, they are a very demonic, evil person, and they are a weirdo. Trust me when I tell you, they are a weirdo. A lot of them could be living these crazy, freaky lives on the side, doing weirdo shit, okay? Sex trafficking in some cases with some other weird things that you would never think of. You would never think this person would do. Your neighbor next door who's Mr. All-American, everything, shiny, you would think he's, or her, it could be female too, her, the picture perfect, perfect person, and they could have a whole secret life going, okay? They could have a whole secret weirdo life going. Trust me, I've seen this. Like where I grew up in a Wall Street type of neighborhood. Everybody was a Wall Streeter. Most of them were Wall Streeters or professionals, right? And they put on this front, like in front of everybody, like at the schools and everything like that. They come in, with their little preppy outfits and everything. And meanwhile, when you heard the stories, they were weirdos, okay? They were weirdos because they it's kind of like in The Godfather 2, when, the senators are in the brothels and they're getting them and they set them up, right? And that's how they manipulate. It's kind of like the same thing. Like, these people are not who you think they are, all right? They're weirdos. They live strange lives, and that's the truth. And the only way you would know that is if you've lived enough life and you've been around and seen enough people, okay? Because somebody just coming out of school or reading a textbook or hearing about it wouldn't know this. This only comes with real life experience, all right? And I've seen it, like, growing up where I grew up, that a lot of, who put a gun to their wife's head, who strangled their wife. Now, these are all, professional people, or that you would never think. All right? who was, cheating on their husband, who was doing freaky weirdo things, weird shit, you guys, weird shit. These people, trust me when I tell you, these narcissists, they live a weird life. They're counterproductive. They definitely don't follow the book, the scripture. They definitely don't follow scripture. They do whatever they want to do, and they don't, have anybody tell them what they can and can't do. All right. But yet they'll hold up a Bible and pretend to be, religious, or, be reading scripture, for the cameras, or pretend to be religious, but yet they're not a religious person because they're not living according to God's laws. God's laws is to help thy brother and sister. All right. You help thy brother and sister because, God is going to judge you. God is going to judge you. Why should God have mercy on you when you don't have mercy on your fellow human being? Okay. Let that sink in for a few people. Why should God have mercy on you if you don't have mercy on your fellow human neighbor? All right. I had to put that out there because such hypocrisy that I see going on, such hypocrisy. And, some people will never see it, but whatever, you guys. All right. I'm getting off topic. Let me just say this. All right. You're going to see that everything that a narcissist does is weird, even down to eating. They're weird. All right. They're weird about their food. Every narcissist I know too, they're very, very picky eaters. Oh, this is too hot. Oh, that's too cold. Oh, this is too spicy. They always got a complaint somewhere. So narcissists, they're just plain picky, critical, judgmental, controlling weirdos. Okay? Have a great day, you guys. Think about all of that. Have a great day. And if you're looking for confidential one-on-one coaching, check it out. Link in the bio, askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I'm going to be going away in April, so I'm going to have limited time, you guys. All right. Facebook is Narcissism Info by Yaz. That's the Game EXP 777. TikTok is the Game Exposed. Instagram is the Game EXP 123, and YouTube is the Game Exposed podcast. And have a great day, you guys.